Thank you, Namita, for joining us for this podcast today. What do you think about this NLC Bharat initiative?
Hi, it is really an interesting initiative and it is unique to its kind since it is the first time that something like this is happening in our country. I feel respected Rahul Karaji has done a beautiful job. He has been doing a very good job, I have noticed, other than just what his field is. He has been very active in the political field as a coach, as not as much as a participant, but it is really beautiful. He's taken various initiatives, not just this one. I have been a part of the Bharatiya Chhatra Sansad as well. I had given a speech that time on social media and social media impact as well to the students of MIT SOG, and also throughout I feel he's doing a wonderful job. So this as a unique conference is a beautiful initiative and I'm very happy that he asked me to be a part of it.
And you are a young politician making a difference to the way our country functions. How important is it for youngsters to join politics and drive change?
I think it is very, very important responsibility as a young person of our country, as a young citizen, to be active in politics. We cannot just sit back and complain anymore. I feel like if you want a change, we have to try to be a part of it. I don't mean that you need to enter politics to do that directly, but you can be politically aware, which I feel is something that our young generation lacks a lot. They are just not politically aware. They read things on Instagram and Twitter and you know how Instagram and Twitter work, right? It just gives us suggestions to what we look and what we are interested. So I don't think that is a very good platform to get your political knowledge from. Definitely podcasts like this is good where you can directly be connected. Then also even different aspects like reading the newspaper, reading news apps can definitely get you more aware. So the young generation definitely needs to be more politically aware to make a change. And as a young politician, definitely we need more young people in politics, and it is not easy to be a part of politics. Even though tomorrow I might say I want to, it is a very challenging and hard way to enter.
Yeah, I'm sure.
But if you're politically aware, I feel that's half your journey.
So what do you think? How can we bring about this change? How can we, kind of get more younger people into this, into the political bandwagon?
Yeah, I feel like even if you have the inclination, there are ways. You can start from your school, you can start from your college, you can get noticed, you can get connected in different ways. There are each and every parties have their own wings, youth wings, where that is how you enter in. And once you are doing well, if you're really getting the kind of traction, then there is a short way you might get lucky, or you might get a chance to represent something, or as that is the way I feel through cities. In the villages, in the Grameen part of Maharashtra, there are definitely better ways to get into politics. You can start from a Gram Panchayat member to a Sarpanch or a Zilla Parishad member. That way is also definitely something you can enter. So there is a way for young people to get in. It is definitely a hard way. I would not like to make it sound super easy. It is not. It is hard. But like I said, if you are politically aware, I feel that is what we require as young people. Then you can vote for the right people and you can get the right people in government who can voice your problems, your thoughts, which we as young people have, and make changes for our country.
And as a woman politician, you just spoke about the challenges that you faced. Can you tell us a little about it?
Yes, as a woman politician, the challenges I face are very similar to all the other women MLAs of Maharashtra as well. There are 24 of us in the Vidhan Bhavan, and all of us face challenges as women. But I feel as in the younger sector, like I think me and maybe 3-4 are young women MLAs. They also, like as a young woman politician, I feel your challenges are also unique.
Yeah,
not just
I'm
as
sure,
a woman MLA. So I feel like for them, like for my personal experience, I had 2 babies in the last 4 years in my first term as an MLA. Now that is something that is a challenge unique to me because I am 30. So I am definitely in my 30s. So I'm definitely going to have this problem. As a woman politician in my 50s and 60s, this is not something that I will be looking into. So that way, and I would like to highlight that it is not just a woman's issue when it comes to having a child. It is a parent issue. There are other MLAs with me who are men who also have had babies in this 4-year term, first year term, and even they have gone through the same problems. They also face sleepless nights. They also face, problems with their children and the tantrums and their children crying when they leave for their constituencies and problems like that. So that definitely they face, but they don't get a platform for that to bring it up. I am happy that my honorary speaker Rahul Narvekar ji of Vidhan Bhavan gave me made a creche for the first time in the Vidhan Bhavan of Maharashtra
Really?
for me, because I was pregnant when I was campaigning, and I immediately delivered a child for my second session. So I needed help in that case, and I couldn't skip a session because of this. So he created a room where there was a cradle, there was a fridge, there was a bed, and a full-time nurse and a doctor who could help me when I could go and voice my opinion in the session. So I feel that was something like a good initiative, and definitely this is a big problem for a lot of young parents who are not just in government, in any field of
The
our
balancing act.
Yeah, it is very hard in any sector, in any, like, I don't even just mean in the private or government sector, even in the rural of India's women have to face, they have to go and like Ustor Kamgar, they are there, they have to go and work in the farm, and they also have babies in the house, but they cannot give up because of that. So definitely in any way possible, we need to build a platform for young women to enter and young politicians to enter, and this would be a good aspect of it.
Feel free to join.
I've noticed that at least 70 to 80%, it's very high. Women just leave their jobs after having a kid for a year, and not because they are not motivated or lazy or whatever else you want to call them. It's just because it is extremely hard. It is not easy, and in that case there is something called mom guilt we all face, where we feel it or we take it onto ourselves that we need to, and we'll get back to it later, which harms our career at the end of the day, nobody else's. So that is something I feel, if we can give them a better platform, they would not have to do that.
Okay, lastly, any message for budding politicians?
Budding politicians, you would say. So definitely I would circle back to the more politically aware of what's happening. That is the only way you will be able to even enter politics and be able to understand and learn more. I feel after becoming something, don't wait to learn about it, because that is what happens in most of the fields, right? Like as an engineer, what you study in college is not what is applicable when you start a job. That's when you actually learn things like the practical
things. Yeah.
So that's definitely going to happen even in this field, but we can't wait for that, because this field is a little bit different. So you really need to have a lot of knowledge before you enter it. So that would be a message, and also a message to all the young politicians, like I mentioned before when I was talking in the general meeting about the June conference, that I feel we need as young politicians to be be nicer to each other, to maintain better, healthier relationships outside the Sabhagraha. Because I've noticed that not all, I would not like to blame and say that everyone is like that. A lot of young politicians maintain healthy relationships across parties. Like I am very good friends with Miss Aditi Tatkare, who is from the NCP, who is also a first time MLA, and she is also an ex-minister. So I feel like that is because we both have the same wavelength, but there are not everybody who follows that. Right now, politics has come to a very different situation, like not like the past. Everyone knows, if you're political, what's happening in Maharashtra, how parties are breaking and how alliances are forming, which creates a lot of bad blood. I feel the older generation knows how to deal with it, but the younger generation is still struggling to understand how to deal with it outside. So definitely if they could have some sort of guidance through this conference, it would be really helpful for them.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much, Namita, for joining us.